It's so windy. But I'm boiling mad. Boiling mad. I'm gonna have to get out of the wind. I was gonna do another video. There's Don's pair. I don't know if I got it. I'm gonna go with Don to a wedding. Sweet Pea. If you watch, Sweet Pea's a friend of mine that Connie is getting married, and so I posted the thing and I said that's it. But I wanted to visit Don. Now look, everybody that watches the videos, you see how I reported things. My friend Don lives right here. I'm on Stewart Street. Chief Markle's house is right behind me. I'm here because we're going to go to the wedding of a friend, Connie. Connie is a friend of Don, and she kind of followed our YouTubes and stuff like that, and she's a very sweet lady, Connie. So I wanted to visit Don because he has all these warrants that they came out, they inspected, they came out in force. Now Don, I was with him for about 2 hours, and I said, look, I got to go back home to upload the post, and I'll come back, and that was it for the night. But there are things that Don asked me, John, don't talk about what he talked. I said, I won't mention it, I'm not. But I'm mad. I'm boiling mad. When the two officers came, two cops came, look, after I started talking about these things, I think that this is a retaliation against my friend Don. Because he lives here at the pier, Chief lives here. But the cops told my friend Don, and look, I'm boiling for other reasons that I'm not going to talk about on the video, okay? But when they came to serve the warrant on my friend Don last week, now Don is a mess. He's getting treatment for another disease that's a pretty bad disease. Besides the cancer that he's kind of in remission, he had a big tumor, but he's a mess. He's a mess. I got no peace out here, John. This used to be my place. Now they came out, they went through my pier, and he's a mess over this. But Don asked the officers, why are you here? And the cops told Don, we had an anonymous report from a neighbor that you were dumping, illegal dumping off his pier. Don does not dump trash or anything off of his pier. Nothing. And Don asked, he said, and who made the report? And the CCPD told Don, it's anonymous, and we can't give that to you. But what you'd have to do is file a Freedom of Information request. I would like to know if, because of what we talked about the last 2 weeks, I'd like to know if that, look, the only house that would even be able to see Don's pier because of the way this is set up would be actually Chief Markle's house. I would like to know if this was a retaliation against Don. That's what I would like to know. I would like to know if that's true, that if somebody made an anonymous complaint and then you came out with warrants out here, if that was a retaliation. And the other things I can't discuss, which was a history, I'm mad about that. I'm real mad about that other stuff. And so I'm boiling because if the department, or if Chief Markle, out of retaliation, started all this ball rolling, then we would need answers for that. I don't think my friend or a citizen would have to file a Freedom of Information request if somebody makes a complaint against you. I believe you should be able to have that information. But if it did come in as an anonymous complaint, and it was something out of a retaliation on this block here, you don't do stuff like that. your position, whether you're a police chief or whether you're in a department, you don't do stuff like that. That's a crime to retaliate against a property and a friend that 2 weeks ago and I've talked about these issues a lot. So I'm going to upload this right now. But if that's what happened, you don't use your authority for stuff like that. My friend is a wreck because now he's got all this litigation against an anonymous complaint where he requested who made the complaint, and you told my friend Don he has to file a Freedom of Information request. That's normally what reporters do or newspapers do. And I'm really questioning whether Chief Markle made that complaint himself, which, because I had recorded out here, that would be a form of retaliation. So we need answers for that.